let's go ahead and get into the fantasy forecast.
Fantasy Forecast.
Man, I am strangely, maybe I ate something wrong, last night. I'm strangely tempted to make this game.
Whoa. Because you're remembering last year.
It's Thursday night. It's a division game. You just don't know. I'm tempted to make it my almost upset of the week is what I was going to say.
You remember last year, right?
Manziel, Browns, is that what you're talking about?
I'm talking about Andy Dalton putting on the worst offensive performance you've ever seen in your life.
On a Thursday night?
No, of all time. You don't remember when his quarterback rating was like 2?
It was against the Browns?
Yeah.
I don't know. He didn't look good last week.
It was pick city. AJ Green was kind of
the Bengals are favored by 11.
Yeah, I think you're a crazy person if you go with this one. I usually can support you, but you're all on your own.
All right, I'm gonna save it. All right, so we've got the matchup: Manziel, Dalton. You said you would not stream Manziel even over a bad matchup for luck. Is there any chance you play Manziel in any context? 4 quarterback leagues.
Yeah, so if I'm in a 2 QB league and I am just desperate, but I think the Bengals are gonna eat Manziel's lunch tonight.
Sweet.
Yeah, Manziel had a disastrous outing against him last time. Picked off twice. I think he had a total of 80 yards through the air. Not a good performance. So, and the Bengals are better this time around.
It's short week. It's a bad situation.
Yeah, to prepare and to get ready to play a undefeated Bengals team.
I mean, you're counting on that Travis Benjamin bomb again. Is if you play Manziel, that's what you're counting on.
That's true. So we talked a little bit about it earlier. Jeremy Hill, he seems to be coming on a little bit. I'm not worried about Bernard. I think that's the question in fantasy owners' minds. Are you worried about Bernard? Bernard's a weapon. They barely got by Pittsburgh. They didn't use him enough. He's been super efficient this year. Are you rest of season still? Are you on Hill?
As of now, I like them both, but I think moving forward as the weather is changing, as the team is getting into playoff mode, I think they know they have to lean more on the running game, and because you do not want to end up in the playoffs with this offensive philosophy that they have of just throwing the ball all over the field. Because Andy Dalton. I don't know if I want to rely on Andy Dalton mentally with all these flashbacks of him failing in the playoffs without having a running game.
Jason, the Browns are the worst run graded team on Pro Football Focus. So they're the worst against the run. Do you start Hill and Bernard with no problems?
No, I don't. I'm not confident personally in starting Bernard because I think the porous run D is what's going to keep the ball on the ground. And I think that's going to be Hill on the field and using more. I'm a little bit more worried about Bernard. Now is Bernard startable here? Absolutely. He's capable of putting up a good game. This is a bad defense. What I'm saying here is I agree with Mike that I expect the ball to be going to Hill. As we kind of saw last week coming out of their bye, that was the direction they started to move. And it worries me a little bit because Gio's been fantastic. Man, when you watch him with the ball in his hands, he's great. But he has to have the ball in his hands, and that's what it comes down to for all players. And I just worry about how much they're going to get him involved, especially in a game like this. But anybody in this game for the Bengals could put up a great fantasy output against the Browns.
Yeah, as much as I like Hill, I'm not concerned about starting an AJ Green, a Marvin Jones as a wide receiver 2-3 type guy. Eifert, of course, is still in your lineup.
Let me give you some Eifert questions.
Okay.
Eifert or Gates?
Oh man, I need the unfortunate thing is you have to make this right now, and Gates is still banged up a little bit. I think he's still practicing.
So you play Eifert?
If you want to be safe, but
What if you got both the guys in this game? Eifert and Eifert and Barnish.
I would go with Eifert.
Yeah, that's not
being,
close to me.
Being afraid of
Jason,
football.
what would you say to the Eifert Gates?
Eifert Gates, I've got Eifert one spot ahead of Gates, and I agree it's basically based on the injury, not knowing how healthy Gates is.
Okay. Did you know Travis?
Big part of his
you know Travis Benjamin is the only wide receiver with 0 drops this year?
Yeah, it's. Well, I was looking that up yesterday, and we played the game. Who has the highest catch percentage? with a certain amount of targets.
Yeah, certain names come up, right?
You think, Larry
Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald. Oh, he has one drop.
I think I
No,
heard-
it's Travis Benjamin.
I think I heard Johnny Manziel though say he was going to do something about that tonight. Like, I'll fix that.
He's put his mind to it.
Yeah.
Which is great.